No one thought Clash Royale would ever reach this point. It was supposed to be the side project, the game that peaked early and fell behind the golden child, that being Clash of Clans, and the trendier cousin, Brawl Stars. But right now, Clash Royale is outperforming every other Supercell game in views, in hype, in player count, in revenue. So how did this happen? How did a card game from 2016 suddenly become the king of Supercell? Let's break it down chapter by chapter. In June of 2025, something happened that no one expected. Clash Royale made more money than any other Supercell game. Not just slightly more, a lot more. In May, Clash Royale pulled in $28 million, while Brawl Stars led the pack with $39 million and Clash of Clans sat at $29. But then in June, everything exploded. Clash Royale exploded to $41 million in revenue. That is a 38% jump past Clash of Clans and nearly 47% more than Brawl Stars. And those numbers don't even include revenue from the Supercell store, which means the real number is probably even higher. It's the first time since tracking began that Clash Royale has officially passed both Clash of Clans and Brawl Stars in monthly revenue. In total, Supercell made over $112 million in June of 2025 across all of their games, and that is an insane number for a mobile game publisher. More than most companies make in an entire year. But you know what? Just for fun, let's put that number into perspective. Based on recent years, Elon Musk earns around $273 million per day during Tesla booms. That's over $11 million per hour. So yeah, Elon would make Supercell's entire monthly revenue in about 10 hours, which is honestly kind of depressing. But hey, for Supercell, it is still a huge win, and especially for Clash Royale, which brought in nearly half of that all by itself. So how did we even get here? Well, that's kind of the tricky part. It wasn't just one thing, it was everything. Memes on TikTok and Instagram, streamers jumping back in, Ken, well, being Ken, absolutely carrying the game's visibility with hilarious content, and surprisingly, Clash Royale started making updates that didn't suck. Not amazing updates, not revolutionary, but after years of disappointing changes, even an above-average update felt like a miracle. Now just imagine if they actually dropped a god-tier update. That could be the moment this comeback becomes permanent. Even Brawl Stars players came back, feeling frustrating balance disasters and finding comfort in Clash Royale's chaotic simplicity. Like we heard from Ethan, quote, "Yeah, I'ma be honest. I started playing Clash in like 2017 and played a lot until like 2022 or 2023. I then turned to Brawl Stars, but just got back into it because of Instagram Reels, to be honest. The sneaky goblin meme and other clips made me want to play the game again." End quote. And honestly, that's what we're hearing from a lot of returning players. But what about you? What got you back into Clash Royale? Drop it in the comments. I'm pretty curious how a lot of you came back from memes, YouTube, or just pure nostalgia. And it wasn't just about money. Search interest and active player counts hit their highest points in the US since 2017. 8 years ago, peak CR. And the wildest part, 2v2 isn't even in the game right now, and it is still peaking. It's not just the US either. Germany, Turkey, Latin America, the whole world is logging in again. Bottom line, Clash Royale didn't just beat the other Supercell games, it regained momentum, and in doing so, it crushed the one stat Supercell cares about the most: cold, hard cash. Let's be honest, Clash Royale was known for having the worst updates in mobile gaming. Not just disappointing, but actively frustrating, greedy, broken, tone-deaf, or, you know, all of the above. Think back to Clan Wars 2, a buggy mess that somehow felt rushed despite taking forever to develop. It completely sucked the fun out of clan play and nearly killed the mode altogether. Then came Slash Royale, a cleverly marketed gold event that turned out to be one of the biggest scams in Clash Royale history. Players who followed Supercell's encouragement to spend gold and max cards, they were punished just weeks later when level 14 dropped and all their overflow cards were gone. The result? Anyone who didn't upgrade during Slash Royale actually ended up thousands of cards and hundreds of thousands of gold ahead. And then, Supercell doubled down. With the arrival of level 15, they introduced the infamous Elite Wildcards, a grind so absurd it made free-to-play progress feel like a joke. Even max players felt like they were starting over. Combine that with the update for losers, where Pass Royale got gutted, gems were nerfed, masteries got worse, and 2v2 lost its rewards, and you had a full-blown trust crisis. To make it worse, creators warned them. Supercell asked for feedback and then ignored it. Players felt scammed, disrespected, done, and that's warranted. The subreddit was filled with memes calling Clash Royale a corporate cash grab. People quit in droves. YouTubers begged for change. The community was loud, but no one at Supercell seemed to be listening. So how do we get from that to today, where players are actually enjoying the game again? That's what makes this comeback so shocking, because against all odds, Clash Royale finally started making good updates. Not perfect, not groundbreaking by any means, but at least better. And that was enough to start a chain reaction the community hasn't seen in years. So let's talk about how that happened. For the first time ever, Clash Royale addressed the trophy road and ranked systems. Trophy road now goes all the way up to 10,000 trophies, finally giving mid-ladder players room to breathe. Ranked mode got a rework too. It's no longer just Path of Legends. It's actually competitive now, with seasonal resets, unique rewards, and progression that feels rewarding instead of punishing. For the first time in Clash Royale history, the game is no longer just Clash Royale. Supercell officially turned it into a hub game, like Fortnite, but, Clashified. The headline? A brand new game mode called Merge Tactics, hidden inside the game mode switcher, right beneath ladder and ranked. Merge Tactics isn't just a side mode, it's an entirely separate auto-battler built using Clash Royale troops, with 3D graphics, a new economy, new progression, and even cosmetics. You pick a ruler at the start, each with unique passive abilities. You build your team by buying troops from a shared shop, merging duplicates to make stronger units, and managing positioning like an auto-chess survival match. But unlike Clash Royale, you're facing 4 other players at once. It's chaotic, strategic, RNG heavy, and weirdly fun, like a lot of auto-battlers seem to be. The merging system is clean and simple. 2 1-star troops become a 2-star, 2 2-stars become 3-star, 4-star is basically impossible unless you're some kind of elixir wizard. There are also traits and synergies, like undead units that curse enemies and buff each other on kills, or goblins that spawn free troops on each round. There's real depth here, real theory crafting, and strategy, especially when you understand the 27 plus modifiers and traits. But not everyone is happy. As cool as this game mode is, it came at a cost. See, Merge Tactics wasn't just inspired by Clash Mini, it was meant to replace Clash Mini. And for players who spent years supporting that game, this kind of feels like a betrayal. They were promised Clash Mini would live on inside Royale, that it would come back better, more accessible, more polished, but what they got was a completely different experience. No 1v1 mode, no positioning strategy, no real resemblance to the original. And what's wild is that Merge Tactics is actually really good. It's creative, it's casual, it's a solid distraction from ladder, but for fans of Clash Mini, it doesn't feel like a continuation. Feels like a reboot nobody asked for. And when you kill a game people loved, then deliver something completely different, even the best update can leave a bit of a sour taste. But from a game design perspective, this is a bold move. Supercell successfully added a second game into Clash Royale, with its own rules, visuals, and gameplay loop. For maxed players, it's a fresh way to enjoy the app. For casuals, it's a fun break from sweaty ladder games, and from a business point of view, it's smart. It increases engagement, playtime, and retention, all without splitting the player base onto another app. But emotionally, the scars of Clash Mini's death are still fresh, and Merge Tactics, no matter how well designed, won't heal that for everyone. Merge Tactics proved something important though. Clash Royale doesn't need to just be Clash Royale anymore. Players are open to new ideas, new modes, new ways to play that don't touch ladder, don't break ranked, and don't burn people out. And honestly, the community is years ahead of Supercell on this one. One fan in particular, Mehmet SK, has been dropping some of the most brilliant Clash Royale game mode ideas we have ever seen. So let's go through some of his best concepts one by one. Walnut Bowling Mode. Imagine a Plants vs. Zombies style arcade mode where you drop logs, tornadoes, and other spells to stop endless waves of incoming troops. No towers, no friendly troops, just spells and chaos. It completely flips the script of the Clash Royale formula, turning it into a fast-paced spell defense game perfect for mobile. And let's be honest, this would be 100 times more fun than Clan Wars 2 ever was. But will Supercell ever add it? Probably not. And if they did, guaranteed daily logins. A tower defense mode. Now this one is a no-brainer. A full-blown tower defense crossover where you place archers, magic archers, dart goblins, and more on preset tiles, and try to survive endless waves. That's like Bloons TD, but every balloon is a clash troop. You draft upgrades, manage an elixir, and slowly build an unstoppable defense. Zero pressure, infinite replayability. Ladder wouldn't be touched, but daily engagement would skyrocket. Survival mode. So think Vampire Survivors, but with Clash Royale champions. You start as one unit, maybe Archer Queen or Golden Knight, and try to survive endless enemy swarms. Each wave gives you upgrades, splash damage, faster attacks, passive spawns, and epic power-ups. It's chaotic, it's addicting, and it's the kind of game mode that players would log in every single day for. Out of all the minigame ideas, this one might be the most exciting. Low effort to build, high reward to play. Age of War mode. A throwback to the classic browser game Age of War, now reimagined for Clash. Maybe I'm just a boomer, but this brings back a lot of nostalgia. Two players, or one versus a bot, start in early arena stages and gradually evolve by earning gold, spells, and stronger units. It's not a match, it's not a duel, it is a full-scale battle of progression. Simple, nostalgic, and perfect for long sessions. This would give Clash Royale a real campaign experience, something players have wanted for years. Clash Royale Punch-Out. Alright, this one is just hilarious. A 1v1 fighting game where you go hand-to-hand with enemy troops, pick a champion and go toe-to-toe with Mini P.E.K.K.A, Knight, Goblin, or Bandit. Punches, dodges, knockouts. It's not serious, it's not meta, but it's content gold. Streamers would eat this up. TikTok clips, shorts, Twitter memes, this is casual chaos done right. And no, I will never, ever be calling Twitter X. Clash Royale versus StarCraft. This fan-made Clash Royale vs. StarCraft animation by Mehmet SK shows us a version of the game that doesn't exist, but absolutely should. No trophies, no sweaty ladder decks, just chaos, fun, and creativity. You've got enemy waves, title-based deployment, boss units, and fast-paced action that feels like Bloons Tower Defense, Vampire Survivors, or Clash Mini, but inside Clash Royale's engine. And that's the crazy part, because none of this is actually in Clash Royale right now. No tower defense mode, no PvE survival, and yet watching this video it feels like something we'd actually play. Something that would make logging in daily fun again. This stuff wouldn't even touch ranked balance, but it would absolutely skyrocket player engagement, YouTube content, and casual appeal. Instead of letting those creative ideas live only in fan videos, just bring them to life, Supercell. But of course, it's not just new modes that brought players back. It's the fact that for the first time in years, new cards aren't immediately broken. For the first time, Supercell dropped a hype card, one that transforms depending on your elixir, and it was actually balanced. And Evolved Skeleton Barrel, yeah, it's strong, but it's not game-breaking. After a year of broken evolutions, overbuffed launches, and hotfix and 3 days disasters, that is finally progress. Is the game perfect now? No, but compared to the disasters of 2021 to 2023, it feels like a comeback. Real progression, real innovation, real content that doesn't immediately make the subreddit explode, and that's exactly why players are returning. Not just for nostalgia, but because for the first time in years, Clash Royale feels like it wants to be good again. But now it's time to go bigger, because Supercell has been laser focused on evolutions lately, and that's fine, but it's only one way to innovate. There are way bigger opportunities staring us in the face. Clash Royale only has 120 cards, but the human brain can easily remember double or even triple that. Pokemon has over 1,000 monsters. Magic the Gathering, thousands of cards. League of Legends, players memorize 100+ item combinations per season, per champion. And I swear like 80% of my brain is taken up with League item descriptions and champion abilities. it's a problem. So why not Clash? More cards equals more strategy, more creativity, and less meta burnout. The core of Clash is solid, but more card variety would let that core evolve in ways we haven't seen in years. And speaking of new ideas, what if Clash Royale finally used the river for gameplay? That's what Me Graphics imagined with the submarine card, a troop that swims through the river like a mobile cannon card. Stealthy, tanky, and map controlling, and suddenly water isn't just visual flavor, it's part of the game. Now imagine if river-only mechanics became a whole new archetype. No bridges, no towers on dry land, just a deep-sea battlefield where only water cards can fight. You could build a deck entirely made of aquatic troops. Piranhas, pirates, deep-sea warden, you name it. It's not just new cards, it's an entirely new way to play Clash Royale, and the best part, this doesn't replace the core game, it just lives alongside it as side content, mini-game events, or even limited-time seasons. Exactly the kind of content that keeps people coming back even 8 years later. Clash Royale is finally dropping cards that don't break the game, but now it's time to start dropping cards that break expectations. Evolve the meta, expand the card pool, and embrace creative ideas like water units, unique arenas, and gameplay variety. Because the best version of Clash Royale, it's not afraid to experiment. And if you love cards, crazy ideas, and everything that makes this game fun, then this next video is exactly what you're looking for. Click it now, and I'll see you there.